leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak my mind. Oh. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, 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 oh,
Are the leaks verified anything music related, you know, because I had like this big plan, like if I was correct about like what I guessed, like I would like play like We Are the Champions like over like a video where I'm like, woo! But then I'm like, how much of that Queen song do you think I could put in before YouTube is like, are you Queen? Are you the Queen? No. And then they just copyright strike the whole thing. Apparently more systems and quality of life. Yes. So they're oh, I missed what John said before that. How overall impactful you think the server updates to the Xbox market. I think that that's what would be the problem with doing something like that. Do you think there's a chance? Do I think there's a chance though? I think there is a chance, but I think that they would have to be very careful. Hi Jake, I am here. Good. Glad to see you. Necron Ward not in the game for companions. So yeah, if they added one, I would think that that's what they would do. Good channel, fan from Pakistan. Well, welcome. If we get cross-platform from console to PC, I'm quitting. That's a hard stance. Please do PvP guides. Necro example, Miri Nightblade, Bastion Dragon Knight, Ember Sorcerer, Isabel Templar. I don't know why my brain was like frying up, but then I realized I've never seen half of them actually do anything in combat. What type of PvP guides do you guys want though, I guess is probably a better question, because I don't generally do. I'm actually not a fan of doing like PvP type guides, in that like I think that to be successful in ESO's PvP, you have to know yourself more than you have to know a specific build. This is going to be a hot take, so please sit down. Like for example, I will be on my sorcerer and I will switch sets. And I will switch around abilities like pretty constantly based on what I'm encountering, what's going on. And I think that that's very hard to like, you know, condense down. That's why when I made my PvP guide for a sorcerer, it was like 42 minutes long, because I wanted you guys to just know everything that kind of goes on in my brain when it comes to them. Necro Companion would be interesting to play with. Yeah, I'm sure it would be like getting you in a lot of trouble potentially. Also, my cat has decided to lay down next to me, so you won't be able to see the void. There's no void here anymore. It's now down here. But yeah, when you guys like PvP guides, because I think my thing when I make them is I feel like if they have like such, I try to make them as like in detail as possible. I also, because you know, like, yeah, like I could just be like, here are the sets, here are the abilities, go on and use this, and then just, you know, here's some clips of me killing kids. Like, yeah, that works, but like, you know, I could take footage of me killing anybody. Like, you don't know if like that was like an equal fight. Like, what were they wearing? Were they like pretty competent PvPers, or were they just leveling up because, you know, they needed to level up their AP rank, or they were leveling up their campaign rewards, you know? So sometimes I find like PvP guys just a little bit tricky in my head to do, because I want to make sure that things like that get done well, and I try to like impart as much as I can in those types of guides. And I also don't know how many people will be interested in like another 42-minute guide on another class. Thanks for the subscription, Twitty. Just tuning in, did I miss anything? Not yet. I also need to turn off my alert box, because fun fact, to capture the audio from this mic, which my cat routinely breaks, I now record actually also using Streamlabs, so I turn off the alert box so that, well, because fun fact, I was like recording a video and then I got like a bunch of subscribers, and I was like, well, probably shouldn't leave that in, but I appreciate them subscribing. What up, Jake? First stream I've been able to catch. Love your content, dude. Thank you, Zachary. And thank you everyone for being here. We got 67 people between Twitch and YouTube according to Streamlabs, which is very exciting. I mean, we're basically rivaling Bethesda's stream. I bet they better watch out. You know, we're coming for them. Also, do you think that if Ree hit the nail on the head with what Ree predicted, that they'll have to send us a letter? Like, you know how they mail out these like clues and things to, you know, content creators? Like, if I hit the nail on the head, I feel like that's like, ZeniMax has to be, you know, they have to look at me and be like, get this man a letter, you know? What's his postage address? Somebody run it up there. In fact, what's crazy too is like, I'm probably gonna accidentally like dox myself. ZeniMax Studios is like 40 minutes from my house. I could go pick it up. Like, I'd be like, look, I'll save you the 62 cents to, you know, put a stamp on it. I'll come pick it up, you know? So I would do that, you know, just for, you know, just to help save them. Looking forward to a new casting class. Is there a launch date? We don't know anything. was like Hermes Mora, right? Tentacles, you know, Doctor Strange, magic, tentacles, you know. You know, you feel me here? Huh? I feel like they could do something like that. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Again, we'll have to wait and see. As much as I would love to be there. Oh, it's starting. Also, somebody just told me that their YouTube stream is 1 minute ahead. I'm actually going to see if that's true, because if so, I don't want to be listening in the past, and I will take us to the future. I can take the watch party to the future. Hey, Jake. Hey, chat. How's it going? Alright, let us see. Let's see if the actual chat is up to date or not. It does not seem like there is... Yeah, there's no difference. Alright, yeah, we're good. We're good. Everyone, false alarm. We don't need to go switch gobbledygook around. And thank you for the follow. Unkai Nick. Oh, rates pending. Watching from work. Welcome from work. I was blessed with a snow day, so I'm thrilled. And the graphics look amazing. Alright. Little confused as to the Minecraft tie-in. Did Bethesda buy Minecraft and I'm just not aware? Oh, there's Zenimax. That's who we want. Hello, how's it going? Okay. Oh, so you got dragons. Boom. Four big games, so there's gonna be a little competition as to what we watch. This is when I turn into a Minecraft YouTuber. This will be the pivot. But didn't it just say 4? Is there not 5 that I'm looking at right here? Mojang. Alright, well. I didn't want to have to do this. I didn't want to have to become a full, time Minecraft YouTuber, but here we are.
Hello, I'm Dennis Reese, executive producer of Minecraft
Turn the volume
Legends.
up for you
and
guys.
Today, we'd like to give you an
How's this
insider's
volume?
look at how we're building the PvP multiplayer experience for the game. Minecraft Legends is a new action strategy game set in a lush, dynamic world. It introduces epic storytelling.
Actually, I'm going to turn them down because I also want to kind of give my theory. So I think somebody put like Eldritch horror in the one of the chats, and I actually think that's pretty accurate as to what they'll do.
And it will also feature a PvP gameplay mode where 2 teams with up to 4 players each works to destroy the opponent's team space. The game will support cross-platform play and online matchmaking.
In order to create the best possible experience, we've partnered with Blackbird
Did you mean a
Interactive
little
to develop
louder,
the game.
Silicon?
And it's been wonderful to see their commitment and focus on the Minecraft universe.
It's so much fun to be working with Mojang Studios on Minecraft
Okay to
Legends.
mute the Minecraft
Here at Blackbird
part.
Interactive, we have a
Good
talented
point.
team of developers who are using our background in strategy games to bring a new and exciting experience to the Minecraft universe.
We're super excited to share more details about PvP gameplay.
Get him out of here, get him out of here.
There are some really cool features that make PvP unique.
First off, players share their army and resources with their team. This means that individuals aren't able to win on their own. They must cooperate to be successful.
Hang on,
Communication
I
is
will,
really important, and you can sort of really tell the
tweak the
teams that
audio
gel
here,
together
hang
because they
on.
naturally
Edit
form roles at the beginning of the
filters,
game, and as
yeah.
soon as we start,
Add some
you're off
gain.
collecting, I start building.
Yeah.
We have our favorite
that
roles,
is.
but we change them up.
Alright, I added some gain. Let me know how
Also,
we'll
the world in
test out
PvP
with
is
the Minecraft
procedurally
part.
generated.
So here, I've muted it right now so you guys can hear me explaining this. So I'm going to switch and turn it all the way up. Can you tell me if it needs to be louder or quieter?
Where the valleys are, the mountains are, where the secrets are, where the towers are.
In Minecraft Legends, the piglins are an ever-present threat, and this includes PvP.
The piglins are on their own side. They're trying to kill both of you at the same time.
So the opposing team is not the only thing you need to worry about.
Beware of the piglins.
In PvP, there's something for everyone. For players who like action, they can go attack the piglins or lay siege to the enemy base. For players who enjoy exploration, they can search the world to find resources for their team, hidden treasure chests, or scout the enemy base.
Gathering resources to help the team out, that's super important. But whenever I get into a PvP match, the first thing I try to do is to track down the Regal Tiger. It's my favorite mob to ride.
Anyone here actually play Minecraft? Is anyone like really enthralled by this right now? I don't want to ruin the moment if you are.
Because soon enough your enemy will attack and you need to be ready.
So the first thing I do when we start is everyone runs off. I open the map, see where the enemy base is. First thing I build is what we call an upgrade tower, which allows you to build upgrades. So I place that at the back, away from the enemy. So I really pride myself in making, you know, impenetrable bases.
It's a big castle.
Since the goal of PvP is to destroy the opposing team's base, defending your own base is really important. You have to start with a lot of walls, a lot of towers, and some gates.
And I have a sneaking suspicion too that we are going to go last. Does anyone else feel like Elder Scrolls Online is going to go last? Because I have that feeling. I have a feeling that they're going to do everyone else first because we're the hypest one and we have the post show. So they're gonna make us go. They're gonna make us go at the end.
Is to make a forward camp just outside the enemy base. Then I get the biggest.
I'm not gonna mute it. I am going to turn it down though. I'm just gonna like let it, you know, be a little bit. No, I might as well turn it off. All right, we're gonna mute Minecraft because we're gonna talk about what we think. In fact, the Bethesda chat right now, because I have their chat pulled up, is like, what the heck is this? And I didn't know that they were going to do like this such a big like all these games at once, because you know obviously I'm not a marketing expert, not really in my wheelhouse, but generally I would think the people who are playing ESO are probably different than the people playing Minecraft. I could be wrong. I could 100% be wrong, but to me, it you know seems like it's probably a different audience. That's just me, though. That's just me. So, I just you know just spitting out conspiracy theories, and I don't know what the other games are. Dependable boost. Hi, I want to offer a promotion of your channel, viewers, followers, chatbots. The price is lower than our competitors. The quality is guaranteed to be the best. Auto on, incredibly flexible and convenient order management panel. Everything is at your hands. Turn it on, off. Go to dogehype.com. I don't really quite understand what that is because I'm not really a Twitch person, but cool. I don't know. Listen, Jason says, you're watching a Microsoft presentation, not a Bethesda one. That makes a lot more sense. Thank you. When I tuned it, now it's clicking, because I'm like, Microsoft owns all of these things, versus, oh, well, here we go. Somebody different. Oh, well, does anyone here play Forza? Does anyone want to listen to, what's going on in the racing world? For those of you who are just tuning in, you may not know, but ESO is adding a racing mode. They've added Camaros. It was a highly requested feature. They're excited to bring it to us. Instead of PvP, they're just gonna have racing. That's what it's gonna be. But unfortunately, dependable boost. I kind of humding the whole Twitch and YouTube stream thing. I'm not really into the whole, being good at it. So I would have no motivation to go pay for a service. We're just kind of humding everything here. I literally was using rubber bands, which you can't. I wonder if I can like free them. I literally have rubber bands on my mic arm to help hold it in place. Do you really think I'm in a position to where I'm like optimizing what I do here? Not really. This is a passion project, not a business. You're silly, Jake. Thank you. I'll race you on my mount. That's true. They could do that. What if that's the new feature? Horse racing. These are all clues. Maybe the Minecraft was a clue. Base building, horse racing. What's next? Who knows? Guess Mustangs. That would actually make thematical sense. Do Mustangs exist in ESO? I'm gonna look this up right now. Hang on. Mustang horses in ESO. They do! There are Mustangs in ESO, so we're good. It's already thematically in the game. It's all coming together. Listen, class? Spellcrafting? Get that out of here. Horse racing. New PvP mode. Mounted racing. Mounted combat? No, that's for losers. Just racing. Run around the zones through checkpoints. Horse betting. That'd be kind of funny. I would actually be interested in a horse betting or like an arena betting system. The problem is I think that betting goes like against like the EU and their, blah, blah, blah rules. Because I only remember, I think I watched a YouTube video about the game corner in Pokemon and why it was removed. And it was literally like, well, this is gambling. And I was thinking to myself, like, but you can't like put real money into it. It's just you're gambling Pokecoins that you beat up people for. So it's like, if you could take an animal and have it beat up another animal and turn another guy over for, chump change, that's fine. Animal cruelty, which I don't think Pokemon is. I'm just, pretending to be the EU government. That's fine. Putting money in a machine, absolutely horrible. Remove it. Can't be anything. It can't be anywhere near anybody. That's the problem. Like, you can play GTA 5 in the EU and beat up hookers. But what you can't do is put money in a slot machine. They didn't send you a letter. Boo. I know. I'm still waiting for my letter. I should go try to pick it up. ZeniMax is like 40 minutes from my house. I'll show up wearing like a Jake Clip shirt, and I'll just be like, hello, I'd like to pick up my letter, please. And they'll be like, you never released the update already? Those are some pretty realistic trees, that's a beautiful cone. Players used to gather and race mounts in the early days. I haven't seen it in a few years, though. Interesting. I didn't know that they did that. Jousting in High Isle is already a jousting place. It's true. Jousting is probably a little bit too hard to code, but I think horse racing, Or, like somebody was saying earlier with non-combat pets in Pokemon, maybe we'll just make our non-combat pets fight. You can, like, throw them out at each other and they can fight each other. That'd be kind of cool. I'd do that. I'd be like, go on and get out there, Daedric Chicken. Mess them up. Also, thank you for the 90 plus current viewers. It's fluctuating slightly, but right now it's at 92. I appreciate that. I think it's actually one of the highest numbers we've ever had between Twitch and YouTube. So I appreciate yous. So thank you. Especially since we're not even watching ESO. Does this mean that you guys would watch me if I was a reaction channel? If I just sat around and watched YouTube videos? Like, like PewDiePie or Asmongold, where they react to other people? Would you guys watch that? Here we see the Forza motor racing. This is a Nissan. It's currently going up against the car that looks like it's orange. Oh, sliding around the corner. Oh, thank you for the follow, Bella Fatal. Jay Martinez, your your video got flagged, or your comment got flagged, excuse me, but I put it back in. I probably can't say it out loud, but I thought it was funny, so I'm putting it in. There's Snell racing somewhere too, I think. You see a bunch of cars. Now, the winner of this race will actually be the person who is the furthest ahead, further than everyone else. I assume that's what this man in this vest is explaining. And yep. Please don't. I don't think I would get a lot of enjoyment from doing stuff like that. I probably will at some point make a second channel, but it wouldn't be to do about that. It would be more so to tell you about the craziness that I deal with as a CPS worker. I'll be like, today I held heroin, everyone. Coming 2023. Oh my goodness. Ooh, they're saving us for last. How's it going, Fart? I don't even know what this is. Alright, there's an explosion. Did you guys like the volume back, by the way? Would you guys rather, like, listen to whatever this is? Or do you prefer me just rambling? That's 100% up to you. I've never actually played Forza. I've not played Minecraft in, like, probably a decade. Thank you for the gifted a sub. Suck that fart. Live from the Twitch stream is toxic. This is much better. Thank you, Nate. New skill line robot arms. There we go. They're upgrading the graphics. I don't... is this... I assume this is like a fighting game? This is the new PvP combat mode. Robotic fighting. Nope, ramble on. Yeah, see here we see... like if you took Borderlands... and some other... or cheap arcade game and you were like, hey... Let's throw it together. Maybe I'm just biased against it because they're not showing gameplay footage. I think that games like this are fine, but I always hate how it's like, here's a cinematic. Like, let me see the gameplay. Like, that'll let me know if it'd be something I'd play. Volume only on ESO, you got it. Maybe the new companion will be a robotic cyborg. Anything's possible these days. 2023. Oh, here we got gameplay. Interesting. Well, he's excited about what his team created, so, you know, that looked like a lot of walnuts there. What? That was a really suspicious image. I don't know if you guys caught that. I would go back normally, but I won't. But there was like 8 brown balls on that screen there that were hand drawn. I like how everyone in Twitch chat is here for ESO. Like, I was always, you know, like, is ESO really that popular? Having read the Twitch chat for Bethesda, I am pretty convinced that ESO is pretty popular, because they have been complaining the whole time that ESO is not being shown. So if you guys are like, oh no, ESO, don't worry. I think we'll be fine in the future, because everyone's clamoring for the Elder Scrolls. So is this thing and then the global reveal thing after? Yeah, I think that's how they're doing it to us. What I think they'll do is they'll do a trailer and then they'll do... Well, see, it's weird because last time I feel like they did, instead of like all this other random games, they did like trivia and stuff and like introduce what they were going to do. So I don't know if they're going to give us like a teaser trailer and then they're going to give us like, they're going to like, you know, do like a little breakout room with us and be like, hey guys, want to play some games? We got some candy. And then they'll be like, all right, so here's everything that's coming out. I have no idea. This is not the usual format that they use these, but I don't remember exactly because I wasn't a good YouTuber last time this came out. I was still like, you know, recording things on like a BlackBerry phone, basically. Want to know one of the most embarrassing things I've ever said to another individual? We're just going to keep rambling. So... there I was in a government building talking to like a supervisor, and I was like, yeah, you know, like the first phone I ever had was a Blueberry phone. Instead of BlackBerry, I said Blueberry, and I don't think I ever recovered from that. Like, I still think about that to this day. I'll stay up late at night and think to myself, I said Blueberry instead of BlackBerry. I don't deserve anything in this world. This is an extended commercial they're playing is pissing me off. I'm not playing hooky or work for this non-ESO crap. Agreed. But at least we could spend it together, you know? I'm kind of annoyed that this gameplay has kind of gone on, like, I get it, you beat up robots, you know? When are they releasing the first update? So I actually don't know. I don't know when they're going to be doing that. Usually the updates, like, there's a big gap between the start of the year and then the update. But this could be, it could be totally different because they're kind of shaking the formula up. This game is totally promoting guitar abuse. That's true. Like, look at this. What is, you know, well, you know, it's pretty durable. Did your nickname become Blueberry? It did not, thankfully. And that supervisor ended up leaving, and that's actually not the CPS that I work for anymore. So, like, I've distanced myself from those Blueberry allegations, but I think about it all the time. They didn't do it with MS last year. That's why. I'm picking up what you're putting down. And I feel like last time, and honestly, this could just be because I'm illiterate. I might have started this too early. Like, I didn't know that they had said ESO had its, like, thing at 3:45. I'm wondering if that's, like, when they, we're actually gonna, like, that's, like, when our trailer is, or who knows. You know, considering how big Forza and Minecraft are, I'm really surprised that this game has more screen time than those other two games. Like, have you ever thought about that? Agent Blueberry. I wish. We're not called agents. We're called caseworkers. Like, doesn't that sound just so, like, ugh? Working on your case. Like, it sounds like you're somewhat helpful, but also a dick because you have a case against somebody. I don't know. It sounds like, you know, a little weird. Thanks, Jake. I'll have to catch the YouTube recap later. Oh, don't worry. I'll be here. They said ESO will have its own showcase after this, right? Yes. I believe they're saving us for last. Also, we're at 99 viewers right now, and I've never hit 100 before, so I'm just gonna, like, cheese for a second if we hit 100 between both platforms. So if you see anything weird, that's why. Caseworker Blueberry isn't catchy. It's not. I don't know, and that was when I worked in the other county. Now that I work in this better one, I don't know. The titles here are so, like, cattywampus. It's like lead, blah 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 blah. They better make this tediousness worth it. Exactly. Like, I want 2 new classes now. That's what we want. Caseworker Barb sounds like a city government bad guy. That's exactly what it sounds like. I'm sleeping, screw that. Don't go like a boss. I'm so close to 100. But it's okay. I mean, we're not even watching the right game right now, so I don't blame you guys at all. I'm just chilling at this point. Without even the volume on. I want new emotes. Same. Man, they're really, like, pumping this game. Microsoft really, you know, must have invested a lot into this. Because generally, they don't give, you know, games like this a lot of screen time. Oh, there's the... Is that a robotic guitar? Like a cyborg guitar. Jake, defender of children, punisher of crap parents. You see, Keg, it's more like... Oh, please stop smoking heroin. And they're like, no, I don't want to stop doing that. And I'm like, please. You were quoted in a Destin's video. Wait, what video? Dad shirt? Heard something about our Arcanist class, but who knows? Yeah, we'll have to see, you know. Chainsaw. I had my theories. I have to rewatch my one video because we hit 100 concurrent viewers. The highest I've ever had before. Sorry, I just have to cheese real quick. This is the highest I've ever had before, so this is a great moment for me. Wait, ZeniMax, turn the volume back on. Stop cheesing. Is that what
Welcome to Hunt Valley, Maryland, and the headquarters of ZeniMax Online Studios. You just saw a cinematic teaser for the Elder Scrolls Online's next chapter. I'm pleased to reveal ESO Necron, which will launch in June and is shaping up to be one of the best updates to the game ever. If you watch the teaser closely, you saw that Necron will include one of the most requested features in ESO, a new playable class called the Arcanist. It's only our third new class since launch, and we know you're going to love it. The Arcanist wields magic influenced by forbidden knowledge and has unique abilities never before seen in this world. Of course, the experience of exploring a new area of Tamriel is the heart of every ESO chapter. Necrom will unfold in Eastern Morrowind, not seen in an Elder Scrolls game since 1994, where you will meet new characters and enemies, reunite with some old friends, and explore a story based around the return of a well-known Daedric prince you just might remember from the Dragonborn Skyrim DLC. For those of you new to ESO, we release a new expansion called a chapter every year. Chapters are essentially standalone games in ESO that let you adventure in a new region of Tamriel. But you don't have to wait for the Necrom chapter to jump in. We've got so many amazing experiences you can enjoy right now. If you love games like Skyrim and Oblivion, you'll feel right at home amongst the thousands of stories unfolding across every region in ESO. And as anyone who's played a classic Elder Scrolls game knows, it's all about those feelings when you're fully immersed in the world. Remember that feeling when you first encountered a dragon? We've got an entire province that's overrun by dragons. Or questioned if you were capable of taking down a frost troll in Skyrim? Try it for yourself in ESO. What about the moment you visited a city in Morrowind that was built inside the shell of a giant crab? For the Oblivion fans out there, how about another chance at taking on the colossal Daedric prince, Mehrunes Dagon? Just like any single-player Elder Scrolls game, you can have a blast simply by following the main quest line. Or seek out lore and learn more about the world. Become a craftsman. Go fishing. Decorate and furnish your home. Customize.
I'm going to hold in my excitement until he's done, but we have a lot to unpack here.
When you're ready, you can easily engage in one of the best open-world PvP systems. Run dungeons co-op with your friends for great loot. Or just join a guild to chat with others. The possibilities in this virtual world are endless. New players will immediately feel right at home because our community is one of the most, if not the most, welcoming on the planet. We invite everyone who has not yet experienced ESO to give it a try and create your own stories in our shared world. There's no required subscription and thousands of hours of content to dig into, solo or with friends. Explore nearly every corner of Tamriel with no level restrictions. It's magical being able to travel almost anywhere you please from the moment you enter the world. ESO is available on PC and Mac, in addition to previous and current-gen consoles, including a purpose-built next-gen version for the Xbox Series X and S with high-fidelity graphics and enhanced performance modes. An added bonus for Xbox players, it's on Game Pass. And starting today, for a limited time, we're making all past chapters available to explore for any player, so everyone can test drive all of our adventures, including our take on Skyrim, Morrowind, Oblivion, and much, much more. At ZOS, we have so many passionate and talented developers who continue to add to Elder Scrolls lore by producing handcrafted, epic adventures, and I'm immensely proud to be a part of it. Believe me, we have tons more to share, and and I can't wait for the team to show it all to you. Join us after this show for the 2023 ESO Global Reveal, where we'll go deep into all things Necron. Thanks. See you in Tamriel.
All right, so I think he might be. Is this it for ESO? Are we done? Is it? Hang on. Are we going to something else? All right. Oh, we were right. We predicted Hermes Mora. We even got the tie-in correctly from the Dragon Guard DLC about how they like to tie in other past things. Like, we were able to get, we even saw Lycanthra. She was in the teaser trailer. That feels, I feel vindicated. And you guys, we were talking about this on stream for we had like an hours long stream where we were talking about this, and they will be talking about this more in about 12 minutes. We have about, or my math is my math right for that? Some amount of minutes they'll come back after whatever this is. We were right. Like, we predicted it, rethought. Who's going to be involved? Where did the storyline leave off? What characters are involved? Which Daedric princes were involved? And we were able to methodically piece together not only where we thought it would be, who would be involved, and how that would all tie in together. And we got it. We figured it out before anyone else did. We didn't need leaks or data mines. We got it. When is the DLC free? It's free right now. ESO Plus is free currently. And that's the thing we'll have to figure out is the most. So that's the Q2 update that they basically. That's the zone. That's the Arcanist. That's all that. There's still Q1 and Q4, and then Q3 is optimization. So I don't know if they plan to talk about that or not. But whew, after all the comments where they called my discussion video clickbait, they called me a madman. They said, we're either getting a monk or you're wrong. And Hermes Mora is not going to be involved. And everything Telvanni just went up in price. Yep, that's probably true. Everyone's going to be wanting to decorate those things. Because we are a family, we know the other world and life in ESO. It's I have no idea what I'm watching too. It's like a vampire thing, but he's got a gun. I'm just elated, right? Not to throw out some SAT words here, but like about to put in the Bethesda chat, like Jake Clips called it. He was on point. So Hermes Mora, did you play the Talmor? Did you play the Dragon Guard DLC in Skyrim? He's a little tentacle Daedric prince. He deals with like lost knowledge and things like that. Information. He's got his own realm. Apothecary. Is it apothecary? Is that how you say it? It's been so long. But he has these black books. His whole realm is basically green, filled with like this weird green-black ocean of ink, with all these books everywhere, and it's like I think it said that like every book that's ever existed is in his realm. But he's like forbidden knowledge is his whole thing. So he's the Daedric prince of like forbidden knowledge. And so after the Dragon Guard, or not the Dragon Guard DLC, after the Blackwood Fargrave expansion, you had Lycanthra, who stole the power of the Flames of Ambition from Maroon's Dagon, and I felt like they had to tie that in because they're so good at tying in how past storylines end into new ones. Now, she was just in the teaser trailer, and so this is still a little bit speculative. Samuel, you missed quite a bit, but if you rewind, you can rewind and you can see. God, it's because that seemed bland. What have I missed? I'm gonna need someone to type this out very slowly. Somebody did. Apocrypha. Yes, we will, Bella. I believe they said that in the actual thing that we will get to explore it. Lyrinth? Probably. Oscar. Listen. You guys may not know this about me, but I have learned that instead of trying to pronounce words incorrectly, so like for example, when I first started to like do YouTube videos, right, I used to have to do like hundreds of takes because I would like incorrectly pronounce something, and I'd have to go all the way back and do the video and the script again. And so now I just try to just breeze past any like, you know, anything I mispronounce. Just ignore that, you know. That's just you know, the Jake Clip tangent style. Like just ignore. Just move on. You know. Did he say? How did he say? No, just don't worry about that. Apothecary. No, just keep it moving. Because I used to get so frustrated recording videos that I would be like, why can't I say words correctly? Because like I would write down words like apothecary or apotheca or like Laranth or motif or melee or guild or geld, you know, and then I would say it wrong, and then I would be like, it would destroy my confidence. So now we just confidently mispronounce everything. It is the key tactic of my YouTube career is to just be confident. That way, you know, you might think to yourself, what did he just say? And then, you know, I'm already like, you know, on to something else. That way you're, you know, you're not worried about it. Flavor. Do you think they will have stamina morphs for new class? 100%. They've like pushed the hybridization on us for so long that I definitely think that they're going to make sure that everything is there's hybridization for everything. Jiggalad? Did I say it wrong? Is it like Giggalad? Jiggalad? Gigolo? Jiggoglad? How did I say it, and then how is it? Because I always thought it was Jiggalad. Or is it Giggalad? I know that people have said I say it wrong, but I don't remember in that video when I was just blowing through the script where I was just like, how I said it. Also, they're really milking this vampire game, which is good, because like this feels like almost like a victory lap for the whole squad here, because, you know, redid it, recalled it, then redid it. But Jiggalag. Oh, with like a G at the end almost? So close. Oh no. Still waiting for them to tell something is going to happen to the overworld for veteran players. You see, I don't think that they're, because like what they've tried to do with the open world is add things like roaming bosses, and you know, they've tried to make the overworld have like more dangers to people. The problem is it's like hard to do that because, like, for example, you have this new update, Necron, and it's gonna, you know, take place, and you know, it's based on the Dragon Guard DLC. That's what they said, and you're gonna have new players who are gonna kind of want to come into ESO brand new and go straight there. So it makes it very difficult from a gameplay perspective to have something accessible for brand new players who may want that to be their first experience, but then also make an overland that feels like it's not just, you know, a wet noodle with difficulty. That's the oh, that's a lot of skills you can have as a vampire. Oh, see, you can do little jumpies. But whoo. So I think we've got 5 more minutes before they come back again. Hi, Jake. You are awesome. I appreciate you, HCP. I almost just called you SCP, like the Foundation. My brain is going at a mile a minute. And we can breathe, you know. Everyone, just take a deep breath. We got 4 more minutes before they come back with the actual good stuff. This is like this is just like a advertisement, basically. That's all this is. This is just, you know, ESO is playable through Steam. I actually didn't know that. I believe you are correct though, but it's been so long. When I first got ESO, you had to download like 4 separate discs, if I remember correctly, to play it. It's been so long. Now I just play it on Xbox because, you know, at HCP, I actually don't know which game this is. Samuel, welcome back. Well, welcome. I'm assuming you saw what we all saw and you're excited. I am also excited. Also, we are at 98 concurrent viewers on YouTube alone, which is also crazy. K-Pro says, put a debuff on veteran players who opt in, take increased damage, get increased loot. Also, yeah, great stream. I came over here from Twitch getting that emote. Appreciate you. Whew. Wow. I don't even know what to think. This is just a great moment. Glad I went on a quest to follow Jake Clips to follow him from YouTube to come over here on Twitch. I appreciate it a lot. It was a tease, then we got a commercial, and now we're going to the full show. True, we got 3 minutes. Everyone just get your snacks, get your popcorn, pet your cat. Mine's right here. I'm gonna pet her real quick. Get yourself some water, you know, or you know, beverage of flavor of beverage. Some sort of words about getting your favorite beverage. So, Poanka? So, I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. I'm also very excited right now. But we don't know a lot yet. We know that they're adding a new class. It's going to be around Hermes Mora, and it's taking place in Necron, which is up near the top right corner of the map over near Morrowind. But we will be getting full updated gobbledygook information here very soon, and I'm obviously very, very excited for that. So we'll have to see how that all goes. But excited nonetheless, obviously. Sorry for subscribing at a bad time. I just logged in and didn't realize it had started. Oh, you don't have to apologize at all. I was just like, I was so excited that I was like, I don't want them to say something important and then me like cut over their audio. That I was just like, you know, we'll come back to this. But no, it was a good time. It's always a good time. Oh, are we coming back? Are we? Oh, what are we doing? Oh, MP4. Oh, there's an MP4. Oh, this is just a general gobbledygook thing. They're adding AR-15s to ESO. Lore accurate. You see, K-Pro, this is why I struggle and I just confidently just mess up and just keep it moving, you know? One minute. Yep, we got 1 minute before I turn the thing back on, and I have to hold my excitement in like a little schoolgirl again, like. Oh, we are now also over 100 concurrent viewers on YouTube, which I believe is the only time. They may have happened earlier on the stream, but I didn't notice it if it did, and I appreciate you guys because that's a milestone that I never thought I would achieve, and it's absolutely crazy to think that I've achieved it. Also, I think we just saw a clip right there of them using some of the Arcanist magic right now. You see those little triangles that they threw out? I think we just got a little bit of a taste of some of the powers there. But I believe they're going to come back here in a little bit, so we'll see. Getting started, okay. And then they'll be like, advertiser break. Thanks for watching. Sup, homie? How's it going, Maddie? Next? Up next? What's up next? ESO global reveal. All right, turn the volume back on. Let's get it going here, people. If there's any sort of audio problems, if it needs to be louder, quieter, please let me know. But I'm gonna let them go here. It begins at 5. But all right, well, fuck you guys then. I'm gonna turn the volume back down. I'm gonna just keep talking. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh. Does anyone else just feel blue-balled? This is like when I used to make YouTube videos and I like was so scared that if I like didn't say things like, hey guys, you know, you should leave a comment at the beginning of the video. You know, and I would just ramble for like 2 minutes before I got to it.
My name is Quincy, and I have the privilege and honor of providing tonight's meal while we patiently await for the 2023 ESO Global Reveal. I hope you're hungry, because tonight we have a special treat for you. I was thinking we would do something slightly rustic yet filling, but also with a more refined presentation for the veteran adventurer such as yourself. I had ingredients from all across Tamriel brought in for tonight's special occasion, and I'm so excited to spend some of this evening with you tonight. We do have a few moments before the global reveal officially starts, so how about a snack? I have just the thing. Cabbage biscuits with the...
Alright, do you guys want to listen to him, or do you guys want to keep going on tangents? I'll leave it up to you. I don't think he's going to tell us anything insightful, but welcome, Maddie. We got a teaser trailer. Oh, he's going to show us how to make cabbage biscuits. This is a beautiful knife. Full credit. There's also a huge thing of cabbage. Is this like a tiny man, or is that just big cabbage? I feel like that's just big cabbage. Please God, mute him. Okay, okay. Oh, okay. Alright. Squeeze out as much liquid as possible, of course. Okay. Oh, we got a skillet. Or is that a wok? I think it's a skillet. I'm just pretending like I know words of cooking utensils so I sound smart in front of my viewers. I have no clue. Tiny matter, big cabbage is my takeaway. Unless he's giving free stuff. That's true. That's true. Sometimes they do those types of things. Hey, Jake, you said doo-doo. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. So excited. Not about the cabbage. Although I feel like I'm curious how this becomes a biscuit. Because I don't think I'm dyslexic. Did they not say biscuits? Am I crazy? Gnomes. Listen to him. The Cabbage Man. Imagine if you were this guy at ZeniMax Studios. You would be the Cabbage Man. Like, that would be you at this point. Like me with blueberries. Did he mean a British biscuit? I have no idea. I guess they added flour. I mean, this is like an actual, like, biscuit. I can't imagine what this would taste like, though, because it's like I feel like you're mixed. What did he just put on top of that? What did he just glaze that with? Anyone? What did we glaze this with? I didn't see. I wasn't looking. I was looking at the chat. I mean, it looks okay. Imagine, right? You go to work one day, and your whole job. They're like, all right, Rick. Imagine your name's Rick. Rick, they gave us a 5-minute cooldown period between the streams. We need you to cover it. You're like, what do I do? What do you need me to do? And they're like, what the heck? All right, well, hang on. We'll put the audio back on. We need you to make a cabbage biscuit, Rick. Can you do that? Oh, but then they put the... I hate them. I hate this. Anywho... Imagine walking into work one day and being told you have to make cabbage biscuits for the greater good. Now, as a caseworker at Child Protective Services, I am not unknown to crazy scenarios. People being lit on fire for disciplinary purposes, which was very interesting, by the way, having a mom tell you that she uses fire for discipline. I'm not unused to that. But walking into work one day and being told I had to make cabbage biscuits in front of tens of thousands of people, that would terrify me. More than fire. I'd be terrified. But we got 14 seconds. Oh, wait. I feel like they're just going to replay the teaser trailer, but putting it back on. Going back, baby.
Welcome to the Elder Scrolls Online 2023 Global Reveal. Whether you're coming from our developer direct or just joining us now, we've got an incredible show today. Earlier today, ZeniMax Online Studio Director Matt Firer shared some exciting details on the Elder Scrolls Online's next adventure. That includes one of the most requested features from the ESO community, a new playable class called the Arcanist. Matt also revealed that the new chapter, called Necron, will take you back to a familiar location in Tamriel, Morrowind. And while there, you'll run into a familiar face, a well-known Daedric prince from the Skyrim Dragonborn DLC. That's just a taste of what's to come. We've got a lot of ground to cover, so let's get started. Once again, it's my great pleasure to introduce the Elder Scrolls Online's creative director and my friend, Rich Lambert. Hey, Rich.
Hey, Pete.
Good to see you here.
Yeah, it's so great to be back to talk with you about all the new fun things the team's been working so hard on. I can't wait to share it with you all.
All right, it's time to talk Necron. Are you excited?
I'm thrilled for this year. We're going to be exploring a new story and theme centered around the Dark Elves and Hermes Mora. The best way to describe this story is shadow over Morrowind. But before I go into any more detail, we've got a great way to introduce you to the mood and feel of this arc. It's Elder Scrolls meets cosmic horror, and I can't wait for you all to see it.
Well, they don't have to wait any longer. This is the Elder Scrolls Online Necron.
What they don't tell you is you have to beat Hermes Mora in a Tales of Tribute battle for the final quest.
That was awesome. Those mushroom towers really take me back.
Yep.
And some powerful moments in there, but let's start with breaking down the story in Necron.
Everything centers around Hermes Mora. We've explored small pieces of who this prince is in a few zones in ESO up to this point, but they're a complicated Daedric prince. Mora is the knower of unknown and hoards knowledge and secrets in their realm. Some of these secrets are just too dangerous for any being to know. There are hidden powers that threaten Mora's realm of Apocrypha, with the ultimate goal of uncovering one of these secrets. A secret so important and so dangerous that if discovered, it can unravel all of reality.
This isn't just Tamriel that's in trouble, this is all of Nirn.
Yes, absolutely.
So where do our players fit into the mix?
Players are essentially being tested by Mora to see if they are worthy to help aid them. So over the course of this adventure, players will become sort of a protector of this ultimate secret that these hidden powers are searching for. And there's also an opportunity for players to seek out other knowledge if they wish. to dig into some of the origins of our new playable class in the Arcanist.
Cool new playable class. I am so in, and I know a lot of our players are as well. Now, we're heading back to Morrowind this year, but it's not the Morrowind that everyone knows from the Elder Scrolls 3 or even from the 2017 chapter of ESO. So it's going to be familiar, different, a little bit of both?
Yes, sir. We're going to be exploring the eastern portion of Morrowind, specifically the Telvanni Peninsula. It's still home to the Dunmer or the Dark Elves, so you're going to see that familiar alien landscape with the giant mushrooms and all the like. But it's got a very different feel than any of the locations that we've previously explored.
And I'm guessing the city we saw, that was Necron, yes?
Yep.
And we haven't seen that since the Elder Scrolls Arena, and it looks very different now.
Yeah, a lot has changed since then. But yeah, Necrom is the main city in the chapter. And there's so much amazing lore around this. It's a city of the dead where Dunmer families from all over Morrowind bury their deceased in these elaborate ceremonies. But there's also some really just wild rumors as to the origins of Necrom. It's a crazy old city. But I'll leave that up to CJ to kind of dig into in just a little bit.
Now, finally, Necrom isn't the only cool location that players are going to get to explore. So tell us about the zone that I'm pretty familiar with, and some of our players will be too, and that's Apocrypha.
Yes, the Oblivion Realm, home to forbidden knowledge.
Also home to the know-it-all Daedric Prince that we just saw, Hermes Mora. It's always great to revisit other areas of Tamriel that we haven't seen in an Elder Scrolls game, but I know the folks at ZOS like to build everything from scratch. So when it comes to the Prince's Realm, it's not just like a carbon copy of what we've seen before, right?
The Apocrypha that you know and love from Skyrim it's definitely there. The dark inky waters, the towering stacks of books, you know, those unique yellow-green skies. But like always, we love being able to explore new areas, love putting our own spin on things, and we want to make this our own and give the players new fun things to explore and learn.
It's so exciting. Sounds like a great blend of the old and the new when it comes to like the biomes and the places the players are going to be exploring in Necrom. And in fact, let's explore more of Necrom right now with more details from the team.
For the regions in Morrowind and Apocrypha that have been explored in previous Elder Scrolls games, we approached them carefully, making sure on one side it felt like a trip down memory lane, but also providing new experiences for everyone. Our destination this time was the Telvanni Peninsula, an area we visited in the very first Elder Scrolls game, Arena. We also caught a glimpse of its coastline in Test 3, Morrowind. This is the first time any game has returned to these lands in almost 30 years, and we were really excited to bring them back. The giant mushrooms and distinct Telvanni towers are back, of course. The East Asian influences at work in some of the architecture and general aesthetics also return, as does the alien landscape so crucial to representing the lands around Vardenfell. For many players, Morrowind was their first introduction to an open-world RPG, and this concept was reflected in the expansive environments of Test 3. ESO has always honored this basic idea, the idea of a world ripe for wandering, and our depiction of the Telvanni coast will reflect this. The sense of odd scale you may feel walking through it are paramount. In terms of differences, we've crafted a modern view of the city of Necrom, not seen since 1994. Getting to work on something elvish which predates the Tribunal is particularly interesting. Necrom is the Dunmer city of the dead, where all prominent Dark Elves gather to pay respects and lay to rest their honored departed. Lord Vivek, known as the warrior poet, spun some wild stories about the city's foundations, which may or may not be true. But what's definitely true is that the Dark Elves have a particular reverence for the city and its solemn purpose in their culture. It's naturally a cool thing to be able to contribute in any significant way to a long-standing piece of Elder Scrolls lore. For the Telvanni coast, we had a lot of fun playing with the legend of Necrom's foundation. Specifically, the lore of Vivek himself having defeated the great beast Gulgamorgil, whose bones supposedly lay the foundations for the city. Entering Necrom for the first time, you're bound to notice the towering rib-like rock formations which envelop the city. The Dunmer have even added some runic symbols on the faces of the rocks themselves in recognition of their supposed origins. Is the legend true or simply apocryphal? Come tour the lands and make your own decision on that one. Necrom is intended to be...
I think it will, Texas. I'll talk about that though after this.
...shapes and forms we're used to seeing in Dark Elf architecture. The distinct arched doorways and decorative elements are there, as well as the detailed mosaics on the opulent interior spaces. We specifically took a lot of inspiration from the classic Telvanni buildings in Morrowind. And finally, we have Apocrypha. Whenever we venture back into territories from previous Elder Scrolls games, we always try to make sure that our players feel like they're genuinely returning to lands they've traveled before. We took our initial visual cues from the Skyrim Dragonborn DLC. Then we expanded on the ideas presented in the original. We'll be sharing more details on the unexplored areas of Apocrypha later this year. For the meantime, let's talk about the parts that players are a little more familiar with. Some lands in Tamriel appear quite normal to our mortal eyes, and some, like the Telvanni coast, feel foreign. And then there are the Oblivion Plains, whose lands bend our mortal perceptions into the most alien landscape possible. In crafting the Plane of Apocrypha, it was important to remember that Hermes Mora doesn't really adhere to traditional ideas of good or evil as many other Daedric princes do. Likewise, Hermes Mora's realm isn't a representation of good or evil either. Our take here was to explore the idea of ancient records and how they might be represented physically in a plane such as this. We created fossilized impressions into the rock walls and emerging from the ground, representing the cataloging of all life, experience, and knowledge. Realms of Oblivion are extensions of their master, and so Apocrypha is a clearinghouse for knowledge. It's a repository. It is intended to feel like a place where ancient things and ancient ideas can be preserved, perhaps even hidden, but never lost. There's a ton of story emitting from these locations, from the environment to the architecture. Of course, the characters and creatures breathe even more life into our world.
When we chose the setting for Necron, we knew we had to deliver a story that lives up to this location, and the team had a lot of fun bringing this story to life. If you're not super familiar with any of the fantasy names that we've been talking about, imagine a holy necropolis in the middle of an ancient hierarchical society presided over by extremely powerful mages. Yeah, there's a lot of fun tensions there for us to play with. Necron remains neutral territory in regards to the great houses of Morrowind. Keeping the City of the Dead neutral means all Dark Elves can appease their ancestors and ensure their bodies are taken care of, even as the Three Banners War rages on. This is incredibly important since the tradition of bringing the dead to Necron predates the Tribunal and the creation of Dark Elves as we know them. It's an integral part of the Dark Elves' cultural identity. In other words, this is an ancient City of the Dead which isn't controlled by any one Dark Elf house, even though it's surrounded by the Telvanni Magisters, some of the most egotistical and powerful mages in the entirety of Tamriel. But the peninsula isn't the only place you'll get to explore. As a writer and certified library nerd, I'm so excited that this year we get to take you to Apocrypha for the first time since the Dragonborn DLC. You'll be accompanied by Laramel the Wise, a powerful mage who works with Hermes Mora, the Prince of Forbidden Knowledge. Notice I said with and not for. Laramel doesn't worship Hermes Mora. They have a working relationship that's built on mutual respect. As much respect as Hermes Mora can have for a mortal. See, mortals don't really survive in Apocrypha for a long time. Knowledge is enticing, but you'd be a fool to assume that it's harmless. And the sheer amount of information there tends to melt mortal minds, mangle their bones, contort their flesh, and turn them into terrifying creatures called the Hushed. Some books are lifeless collections of paper, totally safe to pick up. But others house tome shells, small Daedra who live between the pages of Apocrypha's first editions.
Like the Harry
They may
Potter
not necessarily attack you, but if you've ever picked up a shell on the beach only to discover that there was a hermit crab already living in it, then you know just how surprising a tome shell can be. Tome shells and Hushed aren't the only denizens in Apocrypha. No, Apocrypha's guardians lurk around every corner. Seekers attend to the vast library, while lurkers wait beneath the inky waters to dissuade any stubborn researchers from discovering Apocrypha's more dangerous secrets. It's best to be sure that you're really alone before you pick up some light reading. You'll even meet a clanless Dromora called Torvasard, who refuses to let the secrets of Apocrypha remain undisturbed. Torvasard's motives are as mysterious and complex as his allegiances. It's really hard to tell if he's friend or foe. This chapter isn't all about exploring crypts and making friends with Eldritch horrors. There's a dark threat coming for both Apocrypha and Nirn. Vampire mercenaries known as the Dusksabers prowl the Telvanni Peninsula working for Magister Shelreni Barrow. Shelreni seeks to climb the ranks of her house by any means necessary, even working with anyone who will give her the power to achieve her goals. Not everything will be hidden and mysterious, though. If you've played ESO before, there are a bunch of familiar faces for you to find throughout this chapter. I won't spoil all of the surprises, but we are bringing back my favorite Morag-Tong assassin, Asher. Okay, yes, Narya will make an appearance too. With all this focus on secrecy and forbidden knowledge, it'll be up to you to discover the truth and stop enemies across Eastern Morrowind and Apocrypha. Good luck!
Hey everyone, we're excited to let you all know that the Elder Scrolls Online Necron is available for pre-purchase right now. While the chapter will launch on PC, Mac, and consoles this June, we've got plenty of reasons for you to pre-purchase and jump into ESO today.
If you're a new player, someone who hasn't played ESO in a while, or you still need to pick up some of our previous chapters, you'll want to go with the Necron Collection. Either version, the Standard or the Deluxe Collection, grants you instant access to 6 of our previous chapters and the base game. And you'll of course be able to access the Necron chapter once it launches in June.
That's hundreds of hours of content all in one package. We like to refer to it as 8 games in 1, since each is like its own standalone Elder Scrolls adventure. And keep in mind, you can play these in any order too.
For current players, we're offering both Standard and Deluxe upgrades, which will provide you with the latest Necron chapter.
No matter what version you pre-purchase, you'll receive these items. While some will be unlocked at launch, everyone will receive this unique mount immediately.
For a limited time, if you pre-purchase Necron, you'll also receive this matching pet to go along with the mount that Jess just mentioned.
Coming with the Deluxe Edition is this new Apocrypha-themed, one-of-a-kind mount. That's in addition to other pre-purchase items that come with the Deluxe upgrade and collection.
Separate from our pre-purchase offering, but just as cool, is the Hermes Mora collector's statue that's available for pre-order at the Bethesda Gear Store. Be sure and secure
All right, I might get that.
ESO merch, because right now, for a limited time, we have a flash sale running.
Any edition of Necron also unlocks the new Arcanist class at launch, and we know you've been eagerly awaiting more information on that, so let's check it out now.
All right, we've waited long enough. Rich, it's Arcanist time. Spill some details.
Where do you want to start? You know, this has easily been the #1 most requested feature from players since the Necromancer back in 2019 with Elsewhere.
Well, I mean, why don't we give the players a little bit of the backstory and inspiration behind the Arcanist?
The Arcanist is a new way to play and experience ESO. It's the 7th playable class and channels the power of Apocrypha to create ancient runes of power. This weird knowledge lets them do some truly fantastic things, destroying their enemies with runic magic, summoning tentacles from the abyss, healing their allies, and some even protecting themselves from the worst the Daedric Plains have to offer.
So fucking
Of course, what everyone really wants to know is, how do you play the Arcanist? And we've got just the person to tell us.
With the Arcanist, we wanted to keep the basic form of the class familiar to everyone so there's something for all play styles, while letting us be more creative with the abilities themselves. We started off with 3 skill lines: Herald of the Tome, Apocryphal Soldier, and Curative Rune Forms. Each line focuses on a different aspect of the game: offense, defense, and support. The challenge we embraced was making these abilities feel unique compared to previous classes, but not so systematically different that veteran players would feel out of place. I know several of the abilities will leave you awestruck.
I'll explain it to you, Jester, after the thing's over. It's a bit complicated, but I got you.
Apocryphal Gate lets you open a pair of temporary portals that you can jump between for extra in-fight mobility, or use these portals for creative exploration. Abyssal Impact is a bit more direct. It has you infuse your arm with unstable magic, transforming it into a tentacular weapon as you thrust forward, damaging and debilitating your foes. I'm also super excited to share that we're doing something very different for the Arcanist, implementing a combo point system. In this system, certain abilities will build points, while others will spend them, giving them an extra bit of oomph by enhancing or augmenting the ability. We're aiming for this to be something that all players can easily get a handle on, so no one should worry that this class will be too technical to play. I can't let too much out of the bag yet though, so the rest will have to be a secret for now. We were initially coming up with the Arcanist, we had a ton of ideas and inspiration coming from all sorts of places: movies, comics, classic literature, and both retro and modern games. There was even a handful of anime references. And while we had a lot of great ideas, there was one that led us to a major breakthrough and helped bind everything together: the Black Books of Hermes Mora. Now, while this gave us a solid feel for how the abilities should look and sound, you won't necessarily be wielding one of the black books. Instead, you'll summon your own tome, in which you've inscribed numerous bits of ancient knowledge that you've gleaned from the Prince of Fate. Think of it like your own cookbook you glance at every so often to spice up your spells. This won't be the only taste of the Arcanist you'll get, though. You'll also come across foes, and maybe a friend, who will wield the same deep magic that you'll learn. There may even be some unforeseen enemies that have tomes worth of forbidden arcane power to throw at you. This is just the first page of the story of this new class. We've had a ton of fun making it, and we've got plenty more to show you as time goes on. I can't wait for you all to experience adventuring Tamriel and the realms beyond, alongside or as an Arcanist.
Okay, Rich, now let's talk about some new features and systems. Start with, any chance there's going to be some new companions?
Yes, in fact, we've got 2 new companions coming to ESO with this Necron chapter. And for those that don't know who or what companions are, they're your permanent adventuring buddies. Someone that's at your beck and call whenever you want to help you explore Tamriel. And the feedback from players since the inception back in 2021 has been overwhelmingly positive. And we've been looking to expand and evolve it in new ways.
So tell us about the 2 new companions we're going to see.
The first companion is called Sharp as Night, and he is an Argonian warden who is a bit of a mercenary and an enigma. He originated from Blackmarsh, but his past is lost to him, and he spent a lot of time trying to figure out who he is.
Is he the warden or the necromancer? Call it.
Than our other companions, as he's lived a tough life and he really isn't overly chatty, and you're going to have to prove yourself to him. And then there is Azander. Azander is a Redguard male and a little bit of a crazy fatherly figure professor. Think Willy Wonka meets Dumbledore, and he's got this really singular focus on the pursuit of knowledge.
And so what's so special about Azander, Rich?
As some of you might have guessed, with Azander being so focused on this pursuit of knowledge, he's an Arcanist himself, so you'll be able to dig into a bit on that side of his story as well.
Some amazing stuff, and that's not all we've got cooking. Like every chapter, we offer loads of side quests, a new trial, there's world events, public dungeons, delves, and more. Roughly how much content do you think we're talking here, Rich?
Players can expect around 30 hours of content just from the main storyline, in addition to all the side content and everything you just mentioned.
Always so much to do in an Elder Scrolls chapter, and the team has really pulled out all the stops with Necron.
We really have, and players won't have to wait too long to begin their Shadow over Morrowind adventure. Players will be able to begin their adventures this March with our first DLC.
Awesome. I will definitely be checking that out. Before we wrap things up, let's talk about some changes that you're planning to the ESO calendar.
Absolutely. So ESO is a living, breathing world that is constantly evolving. As a team, we're always evaluating where we are, what the game needs, and the community sentiment around how well we're doing. And over the years, we have made many changes based on these evaluations. But one of the fundamental pillars that hasn't changed has always been to create as much story content as we possibly can to try to keep up with our players and their insatiable desire for new stories and adventures. And this constant drive is one of the reasons why ESO has become one of the best games on the market today. There's so much to do, so many stories and locations to experience, tons of systems and various activities to participate in solo or with friends.
So what's changing?
We want to continue on creating these new adventures while also addressing quality of life feedback and bugs that have emerged over time. In other words, we want to focus on polish and iterate more on cool ideas, be it stories or systems, with the overall goal of making each release as solid as it can be. The first half of the year isn't really going to change much. We've been hard at work on a lot of this stuff for a very long time. We're still doing a dungeon DLC with 2 new dungeons and a prologue quest to kick off this new arc. The chapter is releasing in June with all the goodies you love and expect. Where things are changing this year are fall and winter.
That's great news for players. Don't stop. Keep going.
Late summer, our focus is going to be on bugs and quality of life additions. Things like pre-made group finder or an all-in-one attunable set crafting station as examples. There won't be any dungeons in this update because for update 40, which comes towards the end of the year, the team is working on something really epic, something pretty special that they just need more time on.
I mean, come on, Rich, we got to give them more than that.
Okay, fine. How does an endless dungeon with a buddy sound.
Oh, sounds good.
We'll have a lot more info on this later in this year, but I'm insanely excited about this.
Sounds very cool. Well, Rich, I want to thank you for all the details surrounding Necrom and the Shadow over Morrowind adventure today. I know I'm excited to play, and I sure hope everyone watching is as well.
We are just as excited. But before I go, I wanted to personally thank the entire team for all of their incredible work. It's truly an honor to be able to represent them here today. Also, on behalf of the entire ZOS team around the globe, I'd like to thank you all for your continued support. You've helped make ESO and its amazing community what it is today.
All right, let's throw it back to Jess and Gina to fill everyone in on in-game events, talk guilds, and more.
So it's obviously no secret that there's always something to do in ESO. In addition to all this content, we offer a wide variety of in-game events catering to all different play styles, from PvP to Overland, seasonal festivities, and more. In addition to our core...
And who better to enjoy all these events with than friends? ESO is great solo, but even better with friends, or a whole guild of friends. Whether you're into PvP, 12-player trials, craft...
Thank you, Jason.
Decorating, there's a guild or 5 for everyone and every playstyle. You can find your first or next guild via the in-game guild finder. If you're a current player and have a guild who is looking to welcome new adventurers, let us know about it on Twitter. Tag us at Tess Online.
And speaking of coming together, we're extremely excited to let everyone know that we'll be hosting an in-person event this spring to celebrate all things ESO and the Shadow over Morrowind adventure.
Try to go to this.
We'll share details on our website and social channels very soon. In the meantime, if you want to learn more about the first DLC in the Shadow over Morrowind adventure, we'll be previewing the DLC and Update 37 live on Twitch this Friday. So be sure and tune in.
That was a packed show. Lots of change, lots of new. A quick reminder that ESO Necron is available for pre-purchase right now. Visit ElderScrollsOnline.com or your favorite online retailer and claim your mount and pet today.
I'm cheesing right now. I'm just
ESO
excited.
Necron launches this June. And believe it or not, we're just getting started. Stay tuned in the months leading up to launch for even more info. Thanks for spending your time with us. We'll see you in Tamriel.
Is that it? Where's the Cabbage Man? Bring him back. Bring back the biscuits. Did he eat them? What happened to the biscuits? Where did the biscuits go? All right, Evie, what are you doing? Are you so excited? You just keep walking on all my stuff? Agent of Chaos here. What? Anywho, wow, that is a lot to unpack. A lot to unpack. Wow. Also, 150 concurrent viewers is the highest we've ever had. But for those of you who missed it, Endless Dungeon kind of seemed more like a horde mode, but that could just be a communication thing based on what it looked like they were doing. But Endless Dungeon, bug optimization fixes, new class, 2 new companions, Telvanni Peninsula, Hermes Mora, and a new dungeon DLC, which will come at the beginning of the year. Traditional dungeon DLC. Evie, what are you doing? You want to sit right here? Oh, we'll go back that way? Okay. I think she wants me to give her cat food, because she keeps, like, walking over to her cat food. But anywho, what was I saying? But wow. So much stuff to think about. Samuel, an Endless Dungeon, I assume, would be some sort of... That's why I think it's more of a horde mode, in that, like, you know, you defend a room and it gets harder and harder. Maybe you defend a series of rooms, you rotate rooms, each with differing puzzles and things, or, you know, different things happen in different rooms and you have to fight and it gets harder and harder as you go, and the mechanics might change slightly, you might get more debuffs, something. I don't know how they're going to do that, but wow, that's very cool. But, you know, honestly, it could be like zombies in COD, because, I mean, you know, those little Necron things that they were adding that kind of look like zombies. To answer your question about ESO Plus, so ESO Plus gives you everything old, is the easiest way to explain it. Where is Dave? Dave's at work. Little loser doesn't have snow days in Arizona. So, ESO Plus, you will give you everything old. So like all the old chapters, all the old dungeons. It does not give you the newest chapter release. So that will be Necrom going forward once it's released. So then you would have access to Galen and High Isle. However, you will not have access to High Isle right now, although they gave away Galen for free. But you wouldn't have access to High Isle currently, because it's the most recent chapter update. So the most recent chapter you have to purchase, but then ESO Plus provides everything else. But it's going good. I feel, I feel great. I feel like I have to make a video now. Like, redid it, recalled it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. I feel, wow. I also feel like I need to go get that screen capture of that Arcanist. That way I can, thingamabobs. I can talk about it. Just started following you. Thank you, Scarlet. Oh, we've got something happening. Oh, there's advertisements going. $40 for Necrom ripoff. I don't know what the cheapest versions of Necrom will be. Because usually there's different tiers, like where it gives you all the old chapters. That way you don't need ESO Plus unless you want the dungeon packs. So usually there's different versions of every chapter release. But wow. Previously aired. Oh, I guess it might go back on. I guess that might be what it's doing. What you doing there, cat? What are you doing? What's up? Will you be able to purchase crowns upon release? No. I think you will have to purchase it from the store. I'm pretty sure you have to buy it straight from like the Xbox store, but I could be wrong. Let's see. Also, can I like go through this? I was like hoping I could like go through it normally, but wow. I mean, redid it, recalled it, got him. I don't know what to think. Somebody tell me what I should think. I don't know what to think. What's coming? Just woke up. Well, we got new class, Arcanist. We got 2 new companions. The zone will be Telvanni Peninsula and Apocrypha. I can never say it correctly. Endless dungeons and a whole update on optimizations and a dungeon update pack still. And 11 events, which we don't know all of those as of yet, but there will be 11 events during this thing. And they changed their Elder Scrolls Online emblem to match it. Wow. Wow. Whew. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, what do you guys think? And then I'm trying to find a picture of that of the Arcanist so I can use it for a thumbnail if I talk about it. I'm like, wait, I need a thumbnail. Where's that one photo you guys posted? Where's the photo? Give me the frame. Another thing about PvP that is going to piss off the PvP community massively. They had no updates for years. I think that it likely what they are doing is focusing on PvE this year, and then next year we'll likely get PvP. Because that's actually not unlike how it used to be with like Battlegrounds one year, then they would add like a bunch of new trials and dungeons the next year. So I could definitely see this being like the year of, PvE content. Especially as all this stuff is added and whatnot, but wow. I need a frame though. My cat is just sitting on me now, relentlessly. Thank you, Facebook, for allowing me to scroll through the times. For some reason, I don't know if you guys know this, but Instagram will not let you scroll through. I'm trying to like find that one frame where it's like, hey, here's the new class. That way I can screen grab it. Your boy needs a thumbnail, but I'm not finding it. What do I think about the new character though? I don't know. I guess I'll have to kind of see. I'm more so excited. They said they wouldn't add PvP updates till they get the new server. Servers are coming in March. It's true. And also, I mean, like, being able to add portals, I don't know how that's going to affect PvP. That's pretty crazy to me. But in a good way, obviously, because I think that's dope. Wow. Whew. It's interesting though, because I thought Hermes Mora was the bad guy, and he still could be. But it sounds like he's acting more as like a third party type, you know, individual. Kind of like with the whole Mirax situation, honestly. Wow. I need the class photo. Where's that? Where's the photo? I found the photo, boys. We got it. But I mean, whew. I do plan to make a video here shortly, so I will have to let you guys go in a bit. But I mean, what do you guys think? Are you excited? I mean, are you ready to, you know, battle Hermes Mora in a game of Tales of Tribute? Thank you for the follow, Futnez or Fonts. I am just cheesing right now. Looks pretty good so far. I don't know about the tentacles, but the portals are pretty cool. Yeah, I think they really channeled Hermes Mora a lot. Tentacly goodness. Wow. Whew. Big stretch. I'm also very excited. Oh, I think this will definitely draw new players. You've got one of the most popular Skyrim DLCs being tied into an MMO game. You've got a new class. You've got endless dungeons. Because I know damn well, especially if this becomes a leaderboard thing, if it's endless, there's going to be end game players who are going to be going as long and hard as they can. That sounds very provocative. There's going to be 24-hour streams, you know, with everyone going through, you know, everything. Do the playthrough with me, Jake, as I try to become a streamer when it drops. Yeah, I'm willing to do the playthrough. The game is always getting new players. They don't have a problem with that. That's very true, too, I would say. It's not really new players. It's just trying to entertain the old folks, you know, who are around. The only thing that caught my attention is the endless dungeons, but they barely spoke about it because I think that they're probably honestly still tweaking it. Like the reward systems probably need tweaks. Is it going to be on the leaderboards? What rewards are they going to give you? I think that's going to be kind of important. Pumped, says Mark. The PvP crybabies are going to whine about the new class for sure. I think it'll be fun for everybody, honestly. I was kind of hoping for the whole peninsula. I'm excited though. The map looks pretty awesome. Yeah, the map looks pretty dope. People quit right at the beginning of Law of Morgan, and that's an endless dungeon. What are you doing, cat? You just walk around, and then you sit down. Oh, you're doing it again. Going on your walkabout. And she'll walk, sit down on me for 5 seconds, and then get up again. Thanks to the internet, I like me some tentacles. I'm so excited for the new class. Oh. Yes, Evie. Yeah? You want to speak into the mic? Do you really want me to feed you this badly? She really is hungry, I can tell. I'm not even usually home by now. I think her time clock is all sorts of whacked up. This is all a rerun. This is a rerun. Vet Gamer. What are they in the new companions? I don't think anyone's gonna take Isabel's space in my heart, but you know they're welcome to try. What? What? Layer of Marcelok for my random tank yesterday felt like an endless dungeon. Cool to have new companion, sad it's not an orc. It's an interesting he was a red guard too, wasn't he? You don't usually associate those types of red guards with people like that, but as we're trickling down here, if you're new here, welcome, and you should subscribe because be real cool if you did. I'm not a salesperson, unfortunately, but I appreciate all of you that subscribe and follow. If not, to help fund my new equipment when my cat inevitably destroys it. Like, what is this? Just keeps wandering on and back and on and back. Wow. I'm just in utter. Wow. Is there anything that you want to, any other questions or anything you guys want to talk about? I feel crazy to end the stream right now when I have one of the highest ever watches I've ever had, but, Tough question at Jake Clips. Would you be surprised to find several cases and bags of cat food, several boxes, and a few thousand gift cards to your local... grocery store at your P.O. box? I don't actually have a P.O. box, so that would be very surprising. I don't actually know how one goes about getting a P.O. box, but that would be very surprising. Although you would think that I don't feed my cat because of how she's acting right now. I assume she wants the F word, which I won't say out loud because she knows when I say the word that's F-O-O-D, she gets excited, but I'll try to refrain. New class powers look really cool, 100%. Yeah, I was expecting a Nord, not a Red Guard, and a Grodian doesn't surprise me. I agree. I was honestly thinking a High Elf for Arcanist, New class powers look really cool, definitely. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to, pull my old video and see kind of how my initial video did kind of compared to this one, and then, talk about the new class, because, woo! That is phenomenal. And then I'll feed my cat, too. Yes? What? Yeah? She was asleep for most of the live stream. I'd be more chatty, but I'm multitasking. Can you do a video breakdown of all the details? Yes, I can. I will... I'm half tempted to do it all. I guess I could make it all at once, like our predictions versus reality, and then that would have obviously everything in there. We really need class change tokens. I wish that they talked about that. By the way, those weapons that you see right now, beautiful. Thanks for the stream, Jake. Congrats on calling it right. Got to get back to work. Thank you, Keg. I'll see you next time. We really need class change tokens. I 100% agree with that sentiment. And whew. So I'm thinking I'll make a video kind of going over the changes and why I think that they're amazing and awesome, because, I'm a positive person. But yeah. Don't want to have to start another character to try a new class. Class change tokens will be awesome. I wouldn't be upset if honestly they didn't add them, because that would at least give me an excuse to grind out a new character. And I kind of do want to grind out a new character. There's something about grinding a new character for the first time that does feel pretty special. And plus, honestly, you're going to have to level up the skills anyway, so you're going to have to grind it to some capacity. Not to be a Debbie Downer. But if everyone has to come back to make a new class and then level it up, like that's a lot of, you know, playtime too, and then endless dungeons coming around. Imagine the set combinations that you're gonna have, because like obviously there's gonna be some sort of like fail mechanic if it's an endless dungeon, unless they go crazy with it and it's just true tenacity and it's just like, you know, you can revive yourself as much as you want. You can just keep going. Then in that case, there'll be people who are doing like 48-hour streams. And I don't know, I might be one of them, but I have old man joints, so I don't know if I could do that. So, wow. Whew. I'm with you there, Grumpy. But, hey Jake, I thought you were in your 20s. I am in my 20s. I don't know what a P.O. box is. I don't know if that's what gave me away, but I just don't know how one goes about getting a P.O. box. If that's what makes me seem older or younger. Progressively harder. What I'm wondering though is like what causes you to fail? You know what I mean? Like what is the fail mechanic? Like is it like a total amount of deaths? Is it you can't die at all? Is it you have a certain amount of time to clear a room? Is it you can go as long as you want? Yeah. That's what I'm wondering, is like how are they going to make it to where you fail? That's going to be my question. And then this guy's real interesting too. All allies down. That could be an interesting one. What causes a wipe? Yeah, all allies down could be one, but I don't think that they would do that though, because like people wipe all the time in like Dragonstar Arena or, you know, any sort of dungeon or anything. You know, I don't think that would be what kicks you out. You know, I think that you might have like a total amount of lives. I think that's how they would do it. They said they're not doing the year-long adventure anymore. I wonder if they'll release new chapters and new overland areas like previous years. I'd be interested to see kind of what their official game. I'm interested to see how this plays into next year, because let's not forget, as I knock into the mic arm, that Vardenfell led into the Clockwork City, which led into Somerset. And I think they're going to do something like that. Usually it's getting killed once. You have to see how long you can go, and they get progressively harder. But wow. Well, and Grumpy, it might be one of those things where it's like very easy and then it gets like harder and harder and harder. But I mean, like, it's also going to come down to like, what do the rewards look like for this? But I think I'm gonna have to go make that video here soon. They should maybe make an already existing dungeon more rewarding to play, like big XP bonuses, fragments for. What I would say though about that though, that's kind of like what they do with like helmet drops and shoulder drops, like of the style pages. But I think they need more things like that. And I think that when they do the whole patch on optimizations, that'll also be like a really good gauge for like. That mount, by the way, looks crazy. Like, look at that thing. Like, I think it looks cool, but I don't think I could ever use something like that. That pet also, where it's like reading a book, I will 100% use that non-combat pet. I also may buy the statue. We'll see. But what I'm wondering though, Jason, is like what is it going to be? Is it going to be gold? Is it going to be a new currency? Is it going to be transmute crystals like it was in the bad word that I won't say out loud, but its initials are TOT? You know, how are they going to balance that is going to kind of be my question. So I am very interested to see kind of how it all breaks down. But yeah, hype. Very excited, very glad that this is kind of the route they went with, and very glad this is what we're getting. I think a leaderboard too of like, you know, like a global leaderboard. Look at those abilities though. Just wow. I'm gonna have to go screen grab that and go put it in my video. It's a good idea, K-Pro. But as fun as it is and as crazy it is to think that there's still a ton of you here, I gotta start working on this video because I'm so excited and I want to get cracking on the Arcanist. And yeah, any other thoughts or anything, you know, from you guys before I leave here? Anything else? Would it be too arrogant if I titled the video "We Were Right"? Is that too arrogant? Just that tentacle thing looks so good. Thank you, Grumpy. Just keep doing what we're doing it. Thank you. Technically all the predictions right except spellcrafting. Yep. Maybe next year. But that, my friends, is going to wrap up the video because your boy has to turn this whole 2-hour stream into a video format for the silly gooses that don't want to watch a 2-hour live stream to hear and see everything. But thank you guys again for stopping by. This has been absolutely amazing. And yeah, to think that I could get big enough to get to the point where I could be making prediction videos that thousands of people watch and then hundreds of people come by and watch live on stream is absolutely phenomenal. And I thank you guys again for helping me get to this point. So, yeah, thanks again, and hope you guys enjoy the video later.